Welcome back, everyone. So this is the second sessions of the Friday class, and I hope you enjoyed the first video lesson. Can you remember what is the first video lesson about? Sure, in the first video, you studied about the writing skill, right? So now let's move on to the second session. And in this second session, you are going to study listening to the news too. Since today is the last day of the weeks, and it is also the last day that you are going to study the unit 4. So from today on, there will be a new lesson, but let's finish what's left in Unit 4. So in Unit 4, you study about, so the title is Studying in the US, which focus on where to live. I hope you remember the word dormitory, isn't it? Right, it is the word, or we can call it dome, which is the place where the student live. So in today's video lesson, there will be two activities for you to do. So the first one, which is the first one is the listening activity, and the second one is the reading activities. So without any further ado, let's get started with the first activities. So you listen to some of the important points in Unit 4 already. When students go to study in the United States, they have dormitory, which is the place where students can live. And dormitory, mostly they are in the school campus. There are some students, however, prefer to live in another different house, which is outside the school. And there will be some things to talk about regarding to the on-campus or off-campus. Imagine if you go to live in the United States, whether you stay on campus or you stay off campus, which means you don't live in the dormitories. So today you are going to listen to his point of view, whether on the campus is good or off the campus is good. So when you listen, everyone, you will be asked to answer 3 questions, and don't worry, it's just a multiple choice question. You already given the answer, but you just choose the correct one. So the first question, when you listen, you need to answer this one. How does the price of off-campus living compare to live in the dome on campus? So the first one, you need to focus on the price. Which one is cheaper? Which one is expensive? Okay. And the second question, why isn't the girl going to live in Green Hall? So you focus on one of the girl and the Green Hall, and the reason why she is not going to live there. And the last question, which is why is the girl unable to get a room to the International Student Center? What is the problem here? Right, so you already know your task is to listen and get to answer the 3 questions. So without wasting any time, let's start your listening activity right now. Everyone, 1, 2, 3, start.
On campus or off campus?
Congratulations on being accepted to Oakdale College.
Thank you very much, sir. But where will I live?
Well, at Oakdale, we have several options for first-year students. Would you prefer to live on campus or off?
I'd like to spend my first year on campus.
Good. In fact, we recommend living on campus for the first 2 years. That way, students really become part of the college community.
I agree. But how do the costs compare?
Well, generally, renting off campus is less expensive. But the price for housing on campus includes a meal plan for the year.
That sounds good.
Okay. Now, for on-campus housing, we have 2 main options. The first is Green Hall. It's a dormitory for both men and women.
I don't think my mother would like the sound of me living in a co-ed dorm. Do you have any same-sex dorms?
Yes, of course. Van Gelder Hall is an all-girls dorm. Each room is designed for 2 people, so you would have a roommate.
That's fine.
There is one other option. The International Student Center has rooms available for students who are majoring in a foreign language.
I plan on studying biology, so that's not an option.
I see. It seems that Van Gelder is the best choice for you. I suggest that you submit a housing application today in order to reserve your spot.
Alright, so this come to the end of the listening. Can you tell me what is this conversations about? Alright, I hope you get the answer. And who are those people? Can you guess? The professor and the student, right? Alright, without any further ado, let's move on to our
On campus?
Okay, let's move on to our first question. So the first question, how does the price of off-campus living compare to live in domes on campus? A. It is always more expensive to live in a house off campus. B. Off-campus food is cheaper. C. Renting is usually cheaper, but food costs extra. Alright, the correct answer is letter C. The professor mentioned that if you rent the house outside campus, which means off campus, it is cheaper, but food is not included. That is why on campus is a good option, because the food plan is already included for 1 year. So the correct answer for question 1 is letter C. Good. Let's move on to question number 2. Why isn't the girl going to live in Green Hall? A. There is no meal plan included with the dorm. B. She doesn't have the right major. C. There are also boys living the dorm. Sure, the correct answer is still letter C. She mentioned about her parents might not be happy to let her live in that dorm with a different sex. Last but not least, we have question number 3. Why is the girl unable to get a room in the International Student Center? A. Her parents don't approve of co-educational dorm. B. She is not a foreign language major. C. She wants to live in off-campus housing. So the correct answer is letter B. She is not a foreign language major. She major in biology class. Very good. Now the listening activities come to an end. We have another activity, which is the expanded reading. So during your reading, you will learn what are the qualities of the leader. So if you in the future become the leader, what are the qualities that you need to get to become the leader? Now let's start these readings all together. You can listen to me or you can read along the way. Read the passage below and talk about the following questions. Resident assistants or OAs are usually older college students. They live in the dorms with younger students and watch over them. They are like big brothers or sisters. Each floor of the dorm has an OA. They have their own private rooms. Being an OA is not easy. As leaders, they have many responsibilities. One of the most important is making sure that students are following the rules. This can be very difficult because the OA is often just a few years older than the other students. Sometimes they have to discipline their friends. However, being an OA has many benefits. They can help their residents with school problems or other troubles. OAs can help make university a good experience for other students. Being an OA can help you become a strong leader. Okay, so if you go to the United States or you have a chance to live in the dormitory in the United States, you can apply to become resident assistant because there are some things for you to do. So the first things that you need to do as a resident assistant, you need to make sure the people that living in the dormitory or your friends have to discipline or follow the rule, and you provide your friends or your freshman students a great experience with the school. Okay, so in the readings they mentioned that being an RA, resident assistant, can help you become a strong leader. It leads to the questions that what quality do good leader have? It is my own opinions, and if you have something new, you can comment in the comment section below. So for the first thing, as a leader, you have to be good at problem solving. When you are presented with the problem, you need to come up with a solution, deal with those problems. And the second thing is the great vision. You have to see the futures, what plan you have for the future. The third one, which is creativities. You need to be creative in order to make people be able to work with you. You need to be creative in order to improve the quality of your job. Last but not least, as a leader, there will be a follower. You are the boss. You are the one who tell people to do something. So you must be fair. Treat people equally. There is no double standard under your leadership. Okay, so these two activities, the first activity is the listening activity, and last but not least we have the reading activity. All those activities come to an end, and now I think it's time for us to end the class today. And everyone, goodbye and enjoy your weekend. See you again on Monday. Goodbye.